And the reason why this fudge is so furious is because in one fell swoop, Starmer has managed to have his cake and eat it. During the Brexit negotiations after the referendum, the notion that Britain could have a trade deal with the US or India while still having favourable access to the EU was sneered at as impossible. You can't have your cake and eat it, you know, the British press would say. But in a single month, Sir Keir Starmer has achieved it. In the space of a few weeks, he's agreed new trade deals with both the United States and India, deals which will bring the UK closer to those countries and their markets than it has ever been before. And crucially, deals that will come into force immediately, meaning that from today, British businesses will be able to export their goods to America and India with fewer tariffs and restrictions than ever before. So, how has Starmer managed this? Well, the answer is that he hasn't. This isn't Starmer's deal. These trade deals were done by David Cameron, Theresa May, Boris Johnson, and Rishi Sunak. All that Starmer has done is take a series of existing agreements that were on the statute book, and he's dusted them off. The India agreement in particular has been kicking around for years. It was originally signed, believe it or not, by Tony Blair. The reason why they've all been ignored and why Britain has been cut off from these markets is because of Brexit. But now that we've left, these deals are back on the table and they're there for the taking. This is a remarkable turnaround, and it represents a real change in fortune for British exporters. But Fudge is so desperate to have his cake and eat it that he's not even going to try. He'll tell you that these deals are too little, they're too late, and they don't go far enough. But really, what he's saying is that he wishes Britain was still in the EU and that somehow these trade deals would have happened anyway. That's wishful thinking. What it shows is that Brexit has been a huge success, and even his Labour Party colleagues who campaigned to remain back in 2016 have had to admit that these deals simply wouldn't have been possible had we stayed. So they're good, they're very good. But Labour would never admit that. What they'll do instead is they'll point to some of the downsides. Yes, there are downsides. Any deal, any trade deal has winners and losers. There are some industries that will be worse off as a result of these deals. But overall, the economic benefits, the knock-on effects, the extra investment that will come into the UK as a result of these deals will, in the long run, make us all much better off. We are now truly a country that has its cake and is eating it. We've taken back control of our borders, of our money, of our laws. And at the same time, we're trading more freely with the rest of the world than we ever did when we were shackled to Brussels. This is a great moment. Let the cake feast begin.